be an American. Look at that. Dirty, call the Air Force. Them aliens done left their gun out here. Howdy, practical patriots and practical preppers. Also, it's a gross aus Texas. Hey folks, Johnny Practical Nurse here. I want to show you this. This came out to my farm. Heather, thank you so much. Andrew, thank you so much for bringing this out here. This is the Kel Tec RDB. Now, don't let the small stature fool you. This thing has a 16, 17-inch barrel on it, all in a small, compact package, the Kel Tec RDB. Let me show you a size comparison versus the standard AR, an AK-74, and an AR pistol. So hold on. A little bit of size comparison. You have here your standard AK-74, you have your standard 16-inch barrel AR, then you have an AR pistol with a 10.5-inch barrel, and then you have the Kel Tec RDB, which is roughly the same size as an AR pistol with a 10.5-inch barrel. Let me show you some really awesome features about this rifle. For starters, you got an adjustable gas block right up here, okay, which is really cool. You can run subsonic loads on this. This is chambered in 5.56. You can run a suppressor on this thing. Charging handle right here. This may look a little familiar for a lot of us who trained overseas, and just to release it, just a little tap of the thumb and you're ready to rock. Now, the mag well is right here, okay? Let's take a mag over here. It goes just like in. Again, I like to smack on everything just from my military days. This right here is the mag release. Drops freely with that mag pull mag. Now, I'm going to try to show you this because this is going to be kind of awkward for me, but if you kind of bump up against it like that with your hand, it drops that mag. Now, how cool is that? Okay? All right, what else can I show you? You got an ambidextrous safety there. Both sides, and if I understand it right, I haven't messed with it enough though, you can try to change the size that your charging handle is on. Okay, you can flip it over to the other side, depending if you're a right or left-handed shooter, or for whatever the way that you choose to reload, and that is a choice, trust me. Alrighty, well how about we put some rounds in this thing and send it down range. Now, today, I'm gonna be using some steel-cased ammo and brass. Okay, let's try here from the prone position. You know, considering when that brass is going to come out, we're going to have to kind of take that into consideration, but let's try this out. Even for an old guy like me. Safe, semi, and fire. Alrighty. Didn't seem to be any kind of problem. I imagine if I probably had like probably about 30 of those, it might get a little hot, but just something to keep in mind. So how about we try from the kneeling position here? Okay, last round on that one. Now, probably the most common shooting position most of us would use would be this one right here, where you're practicing for homestead defense, which is basically just standing up, you know, safe to semi, and squeeze off your round. Take good aim. Yep, she's clear. Alrighty. Just to point out, the ejection port on this rifle is right here. That means that the spent casings are going to come straight down. And here's where this rifle really shines, okay, is when you're inside of a vehicle. One, it's really easy to maneuver this rifle in and out of this vehicle and around in it. The other thing about it is, since the ejection port is not to the left or right, you won't star up your windshield like this with the spent casings. So let me give you an example here. Let me give you a scenario. So, got some brass here. Make sure this weapon is on safe. Excuse me, weapon from my old days in the military, y'all. Okay, let's cock this puppy. Alrighty, so here's your scenario. So, the undead are crashing the borders of your farm or ranch. You get my point here? And the newly elected zombie rights activist group, or self-appointed, however you want to put it, are telling you that it's okay that they do that. Just let them in. They're just looking for food and looking for a better way of life, and they're not doing it the legal way. You get my drift here? All right, so they're crashing your farm. They're crashing your ranch, whatever the case may be. You're out patrolling your farm or ranch, your homestead, in your Jeep, Bronco, whatever the case may be, Ford F-150, Chevy, 1500, whatever the case may be. And there they are, and they're coming after you, okay? And they're not up to any good. So the beauty about this thing is this: you can maneuver this rifle in a small area, and still get really good quality shots. All right, and notice nothing. Now I'm going to highly recommend that you don't wear Bermudas or Crocs when you're out patrolling your farm, your ranch, or your homestead. All right? Because trust me, I believe in medicing up for you, love you, but I'm not going to medic up for you down there. Got it? So let me tell you something about this rifle here. Let's make sure this thing's on safe, and let's just eject this mag here. All right. One thing I like about it is for us older folks. All right, no joke, and this, I'm going to go here with this. This thing is really well balanced. It has a 17-inch barrel, so you get the accuracy out of that length of a barrel. All right, this is not even hurting. This is very comfortable, and there's just a lot of other wonderful things I can say about this. Price point: I have looked online anywhere from $750 on up to about $1,200. Now, I don't include what I call the price gougers, okay? But this rifle is really awesome for your typical Joe or Judy Patriot Homestead Defender. I mean, it's just a wonderful rifle to have. It does have the long piston kind of action system on there, and of course, y'all know how I feel about that, being an AK person. I think the best battle rifles ever invented were ones that had that type of system. They get dirty, they get mucked up, and they seem to function really well. Well, questions, comments, leave them below. Hey, until I see y'all again, I'm Johnny the Practical Nurse. Don't forget, I do have a drawing coming up pretty soon for all of you who've hung out with me and have been very patient with me through all this stuff that's been going on lately. Man, y'all are awesome. I can't tell you that enough. Until I see you again, I'm Johnny Practical Nurse, out here.